My name is Emma, and today I want to share my story with you. It's a story of love, mistakes, and hope, a journey that has shaped me into the person I am today. My life hasn't been easy, but it's taught me the importance of resilience, self-worth, and finding light even in the darkest times. I was a quiet child, always keeping to myself. Growing up, I didn't have many friends. My parents were strict, and their rules were clear. No playing outside, no friends over, and no hobbies that didn't involve studying. While other kids ran around the neighborhood, I stayed indoors, daydreaming about a life where I could be free to explore and create. I loved drawing. It was my escape, my way of expressing myself when words failed me. But my parents didn't see the value in art. Focus on your studies, they'd say. Art won't get you anywhere. So I buried my dreams and did as I was told. When I started school, I was terrified. I didn't know how to talk to other kids or make friends, but slowly I found my place. I made a few friends, though I remained quiet, always telling myself, be quiet, be safe. I wanted to join art classes and sports, but my parents said no. My world felt small, but I held on to the hope that one day things would change. In college, I met Ryan. He was tall, funny, and charming. He made me laugh in a way no one else could, and for the first time, I felt special. He told me I was beautiful, and I believed him. We spent hours talking, and he became my best friend. I was 18, young and in love, and I thought Ryan was my happily ever after. But Ryan had different plans for us. He didn't see the value in education or my dreams of building a career. Why do you need a degree? He'd say. You can marry me and I'll take care of you. At the time, it sounded romantic. I thought love was enough. So I dropped out of college, gave up my dreams, and married him. At first, everything was perfect. We were happy, and soon we welcomed our daughter, Lily. She was small, sweet, and everything I ever wanted in a child. I thought our little family was complete. But as time went on, things began to change. Ryan started controlling what I wore, how I looked, and who I spent time with. He didn't like my tattoos or my short hair. Change your style, he'd say. You need to look like a proper wife. I stopped meeting my friends because he didn't approve. You don't need them, he'd say. Stay home with Lily. I felt lonely, but I told myself it was normal. Marriage was about compromise, right? But then the arguments started. Ryan would come home late, claiming he was with friends. When I tried to talk to him, he'd shut me down. One night, he shouted at me, saying, "You're not a good wife." His words cut deep, but I stayed, hoping things would get better. Then, one night, Ryan hit me. I couldn't believe it. The man I loved, the man I thought would protect me, had hurt me. I cried all night, wondering how my life had come to this. I wanted to leave, but I was scared. Where would I go? I had no money, no job, and 2 children to care for. I went to my parents, hoping they'd help me. But they told me to stay with Ryan. You're married, they said. You made your bed, now lie in it. Heartbroken, I returned to Ryan, telling myself things would get better. When I got pregnant with our son, Jake, I thought maybe this would bring us closer. But Ryan didn't even come to the hospital when Jake was born. When I came home, he said, "Why are you here so soon?" His indifference hurt more than his anger. Things got worse when Ryan joined the army and left me alone with the kids. You can manage, he said, as if it were that simple. During this time, my father passed away, and my mother moved to another country. I felt completely alone. Ryan called me from the army, telling me he'd found someone else. She loves me more than you, he said. I felt small and unimportant, like my feelings didn't matter. But I stayed, because I didn't know what else to do. 3 months later, Ryan called again, saying he'd made a mistake and wanted to come back. I still loved him, so I said yes. We tried to fix our marriage, but Ryan didn't change. He still hurt me with his words, and I felt trapped. Now, after 16 years of marriage, I've realized something important. I'm not the same person I used to be. I'm stronger, but I'm also tired. Some days I feel like I don't exist, like my life is just about surviving, but my children give me a reason to keep going. Lily is 8 now, and she loves drawing and singing. Jake is 4, and he's full of energy, always playing with his toy cars and laughing loudly. They're my world, and I tell myself every day, be strong for them. One day, my neighbor Sarah knocked on my door. "Hi, Emma," she said with a warm smile. "Do you want to come over for tea?" I was hesitant. Ryan wouldn't like it, but I went. I needed someone to talk to. Sarah listened to me without judgment. "You're not alone," she said. "I'm here for you." Her words made me cry, but they also gave me hope. For the first time in years, I didn't feel so alone. Sarah suggested I start working from home. "You could bake cakes and sell them," she said. At first, I was unsure. Ryan didn't want me to work, but I needed to do something for myself. So I started baking. It was hard at first, but I worked hard. And soon, people started ordering more cakes. For the first time in years, I felt proud of myself. When Ryan found out, he was furious. "Why are you baking?" he shouted. "You don't need to work." But for the first time, I stood up to him. "I need to do this for me and for the kids," I said. "I won't stop." Ryan was shocked, but I felt strong. I realized I had the power to change my life. Life didn't change overnight. Ryan still gets angry sometimes, but I've started setting boundaries. "I won't let you hurt me anymore," I told him. "If you hit me again, I'll leave." He didn't believe me at first, but I stayed firm. I knew I had to protect myself and my children. I also started reconnecting with the things I used to love. I cut my hair short again and wore colorful clothes. I felt like myself for the first time in years. Lily noticed the change. "Mom, you look so happy," she said. Her words made me smile. Now I'm thinking about what I want for my future. I want a safe and happy life for my children. I want to feel free. I don't know if Ryan will ever change, but I know I have. I'm not the same scared girl I used to be. I'm stronger, braver, and more determined than ever. If you're reading my story, I want you to know something. You are strong. You can survive hard times. Don't give up on yourself. Life may not be easy, but there's always hope. I hope my story gives someone out there the courage to keep going, to believe in a better tomorrow. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed my story, please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, take care and remember, you are never alone.